am so excited today to talk about selling live on camera. I know this is a question that I get a lot, is how do we show up powerfully on camera so that people buy from us? So we want to have this message that we're putting out into the world that attracts in the right people. Right? So that's number one. Like, that's the first piece. We want to attract in the right people. We want to have a path to a sale so that we are profitable with what we're doing. And we want to have a powerful message with our content that brings that audience from cold to close. And we want to be able to do that quickly. So live video is the best way to create this path. And I've found that it's this very, very effective way to market yourself, to build your brand, because you get this unique opportunity to kind of evolve and adapt with your audience and to build up trust and really kind of create that bridge for those who are ready to step up and invest in themselves to get the results that they're after, right? And I love live video for that, for so many reasons. And the best part is, since it's live, it doesn't have to be perfect. It gets to be raw and it gets to be real and it gets to be super powerful because of that. What I really want for you guys is to enjoy being on camera, right? Where it starts to feel natural, where you can speak with, ease and confidence without reading notes or scripts or teleprompters or anything like that, because that is when your message is going to become a lot more effective. So when we're talking about selling on live video, really what we want to do, like what it's all about, is the transfer, right? It's a transfer through your message. It's a transfer of belief, a transfer of certainty, and a transfer of trust in our audience. The more hours you spend on camera and the more frequently you're going live on camera, obviously, the more comfortable you're going to be getting on camera. Number one is really dialing in to the problem that you solve and how you solve it. And I know that sounds simple, but it is baffling to me how many entrepreneurs are out there who do not have the right clarity around the problem that they solve and how they solve it. And pretty much, I'm not gonna say 100%, but pretty much anytime I'm talking to someone who's struggling with sales, they're not getting the sales, or they're struggling with their content, they don't know what to say, when they come online, it's because they need to come back to the foundation of their business, which is the problem that you solve for people. And the way, even more importantly, it's the way that you talk about the problem that you solve for people. So if you want your message to be powerful and invoke those emotions, then we have to get good at talking about the problem that we solve in a way that resonates with our market. And we really have to define it in their eyes, like where they are in the journey. This is not about, when you're on live video, this is not about you. This is not about you. This is all about your audience. So it's like, where are they in their journey? What are their symptoms? Because if you can start talking about the problem that you solve in a way that they tangibly can raise their hand and say, yes, that's me, then you're never going to struggle to get those people in the door and convert them. Because as we're showing up in our live video, we're giving information, right? We're giving information. But information is never the actual problem, right? Information is not what people actually need. It's always, always, always going to be the execution of that information, right? It's going to be supporting people, supporting our audience in actually implementing the information that you're giving them. That is a huge shift. Number two is, I want you to think about your values, okay? I know this is kind of like a wonky one that people are like, what does this have to do with anything? But I want you to think, what are your values that are important to you as it relates to the transformation that you provide? This is basically what I mean by this is, what do you stand for in the market? What do you stand for in the market, and what do you stand against? This is like your core values. And why this is important is when you share your message, when your live video and your content, your message, when you share from your heart, this message that just means a lot to you, and you're deeply connected to that value behind it, then all of the words that come out of your mouth, it just gets a lot easier. It just gets a lot easier. Like, you don't need notes. You're just teaching what's core to who you are, and it makes your message so much more powerful. And it's got some other cool benefits too, and I'll talk about that here in a second, is the more that you talk about what's important to you in relation to what you do in the market, the more you're going to attract in the people who share those core values, and the better results they're going to get when they come work with you. So the more you allow your values and your convictions to shine through, the more comfortable and powerful you're going to be on camera, and the more sales you're going to get. The more sales you're going to get. And what this does is when you're talking about your core values and the things that are very near and dear to your heart, it immediately translates to trust in your audience. Immediately. And what does trust translate to? More sales. More sales. We are building trust in our audience, and one of the fastest ways to do this is to bring in your core values into your content and into your sales. So the more I interweave my values into everything that I do and say, the more that I attract people who are meant to benefit from that message. And it might not be the message that they want to hear, but it's the message that they're meant to benefit from. And that's really, really important, right? That's really, really important. And then they're going to trust me and they're going to believe me because we share that core value that I brought in, right? And people just they really do. They want to see who you are at that core level, right? When we show up and we just do a lot of how-to content, or we just do a lot of surface level things, then we don't build trust. Because why? Information is never the problem. It's always what's deeper than that, right? So effective selling on video is transferring trust, certainty, and belief. And that trust, certainty, and belief leads to the dollar signs. Because I know that if you want to generate millions of dollars on live video, it does take hard work, right? It does take repetition, right? I know that it took me the same amount of reps to get comfortable on camera as it will likely take you. And I had to do it hundreds of times until it became like that muscle memory. If you follow what I'm laying out for you today, there's gonna be a point where you find your voice. And it's that voice that's gonna bring you millions and millions of dollars. And those who do it, right? Those who do it, who dig, and they're willing to dig deeper than just the tactical how-tos, they are the ones that get massive results. And that's what leadership is all about. And it's also what powerful content is all about. And it's also what effectively selling on camera is all about. Number 3 is give away some of your best stuff for free. Remember, our content is the dressing room. And if we want to make sure that we are catering our content to the buyers, because why wouldn't we? We don't want to create content that caters to freebie seekers or people who aren't going to take us up on the offer anyways. And when you think about buyers, they're not looking for free information. Again, it's never information that is the problem. It's never information that is the problem. It's the execution of the information. So number 4 is, I want you to when you think about your content and what you're putting out there, teach what you know and believe in. Teach what you know and believe in, and then sell what you know and believe in. When you're teaching what you know, it becomes a lot easier, okay? So teach what you know and you believe in, and then sell what you know and believe in. Because if you don't believe in what you do, or what you're offering, or what you're selling, there's like zero chance that your audience is going to either, okay? And if you put those 4 things together, then your conversions on live video are going to at least 10x, at least, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me. And we're here every single Monday mornings with Melissa, and we'll be back here next Monday. As always, let us know if you have any questions, and we're more than happy to answer those for you.